Today we'll talk about the incomplete dominance. This incomplete dominance, it is also known as mosaic inheritance or blended inheritance, partial dominance or semi-dominance. So this incomplete dominance is also called as blended inheritance. It's called as mosaic inheritance, partial dominance or semi-dominance. According to the Mendel, the F1 individuals or hybrids, they are similar to one of the parents. This is law of dominance. But after Mendel, several hybridization experiments were performed, and in some hybridization experiments, what was found? It was found that the F1 individuals, hybrids, they do not resemble to any of the parents. It means that the F1 individuals have phenotypes, intermediate phenotypes relative to the parental phenotypes. So when the F1 individual, F1 hybrid does not resemble to any of the parent, it is called as semi-dominance or it is called as incomplete dominance. This the phenomenon of incomplete dominance, it was discovered by Carol Correns in 4 o'clock plant, Mirabilis jalapa. What is this incomplete dominance? Incomplete dominance is a condition where none of the alleles of a gene is dominant over the other. That means, or we can say that, or incomplete dominance alleles of a gene do not show dominant alleles of a gene do not show dominant recessive relationship. Alleles of a gene do not show dominant recessive relationship. That is, when neither allele is dominant, out of two alleles, neither is dominant nor anybody is recessive. Both will express. So it is called as incomplete dominance. So in case of incomplete dominance, there is no dominant recessive relationship. But the F1 individuals, they show intermediate phenotype. That means F1 individuals have intermediate phenotype related to parental phenotypes. Related to parental phenotypes in case of incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance. So in case of incomplete dominance, F1 individuals, they have intermediate phenotype related to the parental phenotypes. This incomplete dominance, it is also a case of it is an example of quantitative inheritance. Quantitative inheritance. Quantitative inheritance. Now the question arises that in case of incomplete, how this incomplete dominance occurs. In case of incomplete dominance, the dominant allele in a heterozygous condition shows reduced expression. So we can say that in case of incomplete dominance, dominant allele shows reduced expression. In heterozygous condition. In case of incomplete dominance. So in case of incomplete dominance, the dominant allele in the heterozygous condition, that shows a reduced expression. It is not able to express fully. What I mean to say, it shows a reduced expression, that is the protein which is synthesized by the dominant allele, the protein which is synthesized by the dominant allele, it is in little quantity or little amount as compared to that of the optimum or normal quantity. As a result of that, dominant allele is not fully able to suppress the another allele. So examples of this, in case of the dominant allele, we have examples. This is found in Mirabilis jalapa, bless. It is found in this incomplete dominance is found in Mirabilis jalapa, that is 4 o'clock plant. It is found in Antihernum majus. Antihernum majus. That is sign of dragon or dog flower. Or dog flower. It is also found in Androlasian Faulus, Spanish Faulus, and Lucian Faulus. These are also called Spanish Faulus. This incomplete dominance shows the same phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Same phenotypic and genotypic ratio. That is 1:2:1. So this is the same phenotypic and genotypic ratio in case of incomplete dominance. This Mirabilis jalapa, Antihernum mites, these two plants, they have red flowers and white flowers in the pure state, in the pure forms, and when these plants are crossed in the F1 generation, we will get what, when the red flowered Mirabilis plant is crossed with the white flowered Mirabilis plant, and in the F1 generation we get pink flower Mirabilis plant. Same is the case this Antihernum majus, it is having red flower plants and white flower plants. When the red flower Antihernum plants are crossed with white colored Antihernum plants, and in the F1 generation we will get pink flower plants. So the pink color, it does not resemble to either of the red or to the white. So this phenotype, we say that is an intermediate phenotype related to the parental phenotypes. We'll show it by the help of a cross. Incomplete dominance in case of Mirabilis jalapa, 4 o'clock plant, or evening primrose, Mirabilis jalapa. So we have parental generation, red flowered Mirabilis plant. It is crossed with white flowered Mirabilis plant. Obviously, this is phenotype. Genotype would be, this is genotype, this is genotype. Then gametes, this is gamete formation, that is law of segregation will operate here. Gamete formation, two alleles of a gene will segregate at the time of gamete formation, meiosis. So we will have F1 generation. This is F1 generation, and obviously it is pink flower Mirabilis plant. Pink flowered Mirabilis plant. Then we'll go for the selfing. That means F1 individuals are crossed with F1 individuals. So obviously we have O capital or capital W, then capital or capital W. So gametes, we have or NW or NW. So now we will explain with the help of a Punnett square. Explain it with the help of a Punnett square. These are gametes. This is male gamete. This is female gamete. This is F2 generation. These are gametes. Capital or capital W, capital or capital W. So capital R, capital R, capital W, capital R, capital W, and WW. So this is a red flower plant. This is pink flowered plant. This is pink flowered plant. White flowered plant. So we have a red flower plant, then pink flower plant, then we have white flower plant. How many red? We have one. How many pink? We have two. One, two pink. This is white. How many white? One. So this is capital R, capital R. Then we have capital R, W, capital R, capital W, and capital W, capital W. So this is phenotypic ratio, and genotypic ratio same. One is to 2 is to 1 same. So this is the case of incomplete dominance. Now we'll see that in the what this incomplete dominance means is that the F1 individuals they do not resemble to any of the parents. This is a red flowered plant, this is white flowered plant, whereas in the F1 generation we obtained pink flowered plant. Or we can say that the F1 individuals, these are F1 individuals, they have intermediate phenotype relative to the parental phenotypes. These are parental phenotypes. This is F1 individual. Or we can say that this incomplete dominance is a condition where neither of the allele of a gene is dominant over the other. Or we can say that incomplete dominance is a phenomenon where the alleles of a gene do not show dominant recessive relationship. This is what is called as incomplete dominance. In the F1 generation, we obtained pink flowered Mirabilis plants. The formation of the pink color in the F1 generation is due to the blending or mixing of the characters. It may be due to the blending of the characters or mixing of characters, or it may be due to the reduced expression of the dominant allele in a heterozygous condition. That means this the dominant allele in the heterozygous condition, it is not able to express fully. That is why there is not complete dominance recessive relationship in case of incomplete dominance. This incomplete dominance is also observed in case of Andalusian fowls. Incomplete dominance is also observed in Andalusian fowls. Andalusian fowls. They have two forms. These Andalusian fowls have two pure forms. One are white, black color and white color. And when these are crossed, we obtain blue color fowls. So it would be like this. So we have parents, we have black color Andalusian fowls, and they are crossed with white color Andalusian fowls. And in the F1 generation, this is F1 generation, we obtain blue color Andalusian fowls. So it means that these F1 individuals, they do not resemble to either of the parents, or we can say that these F1 individuals, they show intermediate phenotype related to the parental phenotypes. So this is also called a case of incomplete dominance. So these fowls are simply, what are fowls? These are domesticated chickens. Fowls are domesticated chickens. Why they are called as Andalusian? This Andalusia, it is the community in Spain, or it is a region in Spain. So these are also called as Spanish fowls. So this was a case of incomplete dominance. This incomplete dominance is basically an objection. It is an exception to law of dominance, which says that F1 individuals resemble to one of the parents, while incomplete dominance says that in case of incomplete dominance, the F1 individual does not resemble to any of the parents. So it shows intermediate phenotype. Thanks.